I want to spend an hour, and we're going to go to Chinatown. Steve wants to go to Chinatown. I don't think I'm going to do it. We got to get over here. But with this new religion, now everybody's still got this concept of, oh, our religion's protected by God. But they changed everything. They indeed did change it. It's not protected. They took books out of the Bible. They changed the way the whole religion is. There's a whole different practice from before 300s to after. It was like 365 when they took the books out. And I can't remember what the council was called, but basically what happened is the religion became controlled from the top down, and that's where you go wrong. When the religion becomes controlled, or a government or any institution becomes controlled, so there's one person that can control it all, or one party, if that party goes bad, the whole thing's going to go bad. And they wanted to make one church. Everybody's got to belong to this one church to be saved. And that's what they had for hundreds of years. Now it's sort of not that way anymore, but for a long time you had to belong to this one church in order to be saved. I might be in this lane a little early. I don't want to be... It's 1.25 miles. I'm not going to get out. I mean, they want us over here to get on that road. But it's a top-down religion, which means there's no protection. In our Constitution, we have protections so that one person can't just take over the whole government and do what they want. And that's why we have checks and balances. That's why we have 3 branches of government in the United States here. So it's a lot harder. It can still be done. It's a lot harder to take over. So there's protections. If you get a government or a church or anything that's controlled by one party or one person, where you've only got one entity, so they had an emperor that basically ran the whole show. And that's where we went wrong. And so whatever he did, do whatever he wanted. And after some time passes and they get rid of the people that they don't want, they can do whatever they want with the religion, especially back then. See, now we're in the passing lane. Could have stayed over in that. Get over and let him go around me. Yeah, we're gonna go this way. We could go back the other way too. When we come back, we can come back the other way. I wanted to do it the other way, but the daylight is so short that there's not enough daylight to do everything. I might have to do this next year when it's got more daylight. There's just not enough daylight to do everything that I wanted to do. I mean, at 4 o'clock it's starting to get dark. So when you got a top-down control, if it's really good, yeah, it's good. You got a good leader doing good things, it'll be really good. But when it's bad, it's really bad. Because he's got complete control. And they had kings back then. And then they had a pope. And the popes were crooked. Popes all belong to the elites. And people don't realize that. And people also don't realize that our Bible was codified, was put together. I guess we're losing that lane too. We're back in the middle again. Okay. I don't want to be right on top of this guy, but I don't want to be in the way. Guess I'm going to get over again, because he's not going. Oh, he's moving. But our popes are all related to the elites by blood. And you know, that's something that I can't prove. But by their actions, you can see that it's more than likely true. But by the way they acted, and the genocide they committed. I mean, when you get a religion that says that we're the only religion, and this is not something that everybody's going to agree with, get a religion that says that I've got the only truth. That's, to me, a sign that there's something really wrong. And when they'll kill others so that you'll believe the way they do, that's dark. There's something wrong there. And even if they did it with good intention in the beginning, maybe, that's just setting it up to fail, the whole thing. And then they started with the whole thing where they turned Yeshua into Jesus Christ. They basically turned him into a king. And when he was on this earth, he fled from that. I mean, they even have a feast day, Christ the King. And it's like, why would you do that to someone? And while he was still alive, he said that they were trying to change his name to Jesus Christ. And this is not provable either, but there is a book called the Talmud of Emmanuel. And it says in there, and this was found later, like in a cave or something, and it stated that he said that he saw what they were doing, and he says, no, don't change the name because it'll cause 2,000 years of bloodshed, wars, if you do this. And yeah, we had 2,000 years of bloodshed, and a lot of it was created by the church. And the church will say, no, we didn't do that. That was other people. No, it was them. If you really examine it, they tried to force their way on everyone, and they wanted everybody to follow Jesus, and they'd kill you for it. If you didn't join, they'd kill you. Or if you stood in their way, they'd kill you. And the reason why is because they believed that you would go to hell if you didn't go with what they were doing. And yeah, if that was really true, maybe you would have to do that. Fortunately, it's not. Otherwise, you'd have a lot of people going to hell. And hell is just a fabrication. It's not a place. It may be a state of mind, but it's not a place that you go when you die. And these were added into the religion. And in the beginning, there were popes that believed in reincarnation, and they removed them. And a lot of people, they have a hard time. I keep ended up in the middle lane. How is that? Why did they do that? But they'd remove these. Anybody that had views from the older ways, they'd remove. And they removed the scriptures that would support these ideas. And then they had to remove the leaders. I mean, there were still, non-clergy that believed in this stuff, I'm sure. But they needed to remove the people that were in power that believed in this stuff. And it took them probably some centuries to remove them, several generations at least to remove these people. And that's what they did. Because in the beginning, if you look at they've uncovered older churches. They have a different floor plan than the modern churches. And they actually have astrology in there. They have it in the tiles and stuff. And these tiles, they last for centuries. It's made out of a material that'll last forever, practically. And they're finding this stuff. And it's like in the modern church, astrology is forbidden. Well, what happened is the leaders use it, the kings use it, popes use it because it's true. It works. But they don't want people having that power. They want people to remain ignorant. And I think the elites believe in reincarnation too. They know about it, but they don't want us knowing about it. They want to teach us that if we don't do what they say, that we're going to die and go to hell. We're going to be tortured for all eternity. Forever. And it's like, kind of a god would do